Join me today in my kitchen while I make a savory breakfast hand pie. It's filling and oh so good. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back, friends. So today on the channel I am going to show you how to make a breakfast hand pie. Alright, so we're getting going on our breakfast hand pie. I've got 2 strips of bacon that I've cut up and just cooking here in my pan. Now you could use breakfast sausage. Probably I would just go with a 1/4 pound. You might not even need all of that. So ham would be okay, although ham tends to have a lot more water content to it, so you might want to kind of saute it up just a little bit just to kind of get some of that water out of it. Or you could just go with no meat at all. So our bacon is pretty much done, so I'm just going to pull that and I'm just going to put it on a paper towel here to drain. There we go. And there's a little bit of grease in the pan, so we're just going to leave it. I'm going to turn my heat down. I'm just going to slide that off of it for the moment. So in my bowl I've got 2 whole eggs that I have whisked up, and I'm going to add just a little bit of salt, and I'm just adding a little bit of ground white pepper. You can use black pepper though if you would like. Just give that a whisk. And then I'm going to add just a splash of cream, just a little bit, not very much. Okay, just slide this back over, and then I'm just going to add that. And then I'm going to turn my heat back up just a little bit, but not all the way to medium. So and I'm just going to give this kind of a swirl. There we go. So while they're still just slightly soft, we're going to go ahead and add back in our bacon, most of it, and then I've diced up just a little bit of onion and a little bit of pepper, so just a small amount. And I'm going to turn the heat off. And then I'm just going to sprinkle in some shredded cheddar cheese. We're not looking to melt it at this point, just so that it's kind of mixed in. So we're going to get ready here to roll out our pastry, and I've already made my pastry, and I'll link that for you here if you need a recipe. I cut it in half, so I'm just going to roll half of it. So you want it to be somewhat thin. And I usually, let's see, yeah, that one's a little stuck, so let's just make sure there's some more flour. I think that's probably pretty good. Let's go this way. Yeah, okay. sticking a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of just even out my edges. So I'm just going to cut it to kind of square it off, just to make it a little easier. And then I am going to just divide this in half. And then half again. There we go. So that's enough for 2. And you should be able to get around 9 to 10 total. It's really going to depend on how big you make them. So keep that in mind. If you make them really big, you're going to get less, obviously. Okay, so we're just going to take some of our filling here. And try not to get too close to the edges. Now, I am going to just kind of brush these edges with a little bit of water. Okay. And then we're just going to just lay that over like so. I'm just going to use a fork and just crimp those edges. Move this one out of the way. There we go. I'm going to get those popped in the oven. Alright, so our little breakfast ham pies, I baked them at 350 degrees for 30 minutes, and then they have been cooling for about 10 minutes just on the counter. So let's just cut one of these in two so you can see what it looks like on the inside. It looks so delicious. So this would make a really quick grab and go breakfast, maybe on the weekends, for a weekend when the kids or grandkids are busy and needing something to just grab and run. Whipping some of these up. They don't take very long. So, all right, friends. Well, I hope that you enjoy this video, and go ahead and like and subscribe and share and all that goodness. So until next time.